I can't hear a thing. I hope you can hear me. So can someone go in the chat? This is our technology now. Can someone go in the chat and let me know whether you can hear me? Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a chat, something in the chat. Let me know you can hear me. I can see all of you. There's somebody in the chat. Okay, I hear you. Hello, hello. Thank you for that. So I'm waiting for Marcus to come on the line. Marcus, are you there? I can see you in the participants, but I cannot hear you. Hi, Val. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. You should be seeing me if you're on video. And I'm going to actually stop the webcam and go back to our sharing the screen. Hello. Oh, this is not good. Marcus, are you there? I could hear him when we were off the air. All right. We've got a full house tonight. Let me see if I can text him and see what's going on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Marcus. Marcus, where are you? I'm so excited about the call tonight, and I know he has so much wonderful information to share with us. Hello, welcome to the call.
Robin, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to utilize my headset to talk through the computer, but for whatever reason that did not work.
Okay. All right. Well, I can hear you, so if we can get the team, would somebody post in the chat whether or not we can all hear Marcus?
All right. Val says she can, so I'm assuming everyone else can.
Okay, very good. They say we can hear, Kim and Brian said they can hear us both. Excellent. All right. Thank you for bearing with us with the technology. You know what they say, when it works, technology is great when it works, right? So I believe I'm sharing the screen now. Yes. All right. Okay, Marcus, so I did your introduction, so it's all yours.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much. I'm very excited, guys. I had a very, very wonderful experience this weekend, and I'm excited to share with you about some of the information that I learned and some of the things that I'm going to be sending out to the team over the course of the evening via email. But before we get into that, I want to first recognize the people that have been, as they say, putting the rubber to the road. So first up, we're going to recognize Miss Kim Green. She went and took her license this past week and passed. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Congratulations there. Yeah. And besides getting her license, she's also kept recruiting, and they've added a couple more people to their team, and she's also completed her 330. So that's awesome, Yay. Kim. You keep rocking.
That's right. Also, wonderful. Congratulations.
Yes. So I also want to recognize Nazir White for getting his first commission check. That's a big deal, guys. I mean, you know, that is huge. And, you know, we had a young man. He's only 19 years of age, and he's already, you know, looking at his business and making things happen with his business. And, you know, I just want you to keep doing the things you've been doing, being coachable, self-educating, listening to the right materials, and you just keep moving forward, and blessings are going to surely come your way.
Yay! Next. You have to excuse me. I have to give applause. You know, we got to recognize. Yay! Okay, go ahead.
And next up, we'll have to recognize my mom, Ms. Stevens, who's added 3 new recruits this week. And her first commission check is coming soon, and she's also completed her 330. So keep rocking, Mom. I'm coming down there soon.
Yay, congratulations.
And next up, we're going to recognize Miss Valerie Stone, who is actually going to be attending Elite Circle, which is the leadership factory process. So she's going to have a very, very competitive and fun time coming up here starting on March the 5th and going on for a period of 6 sessions over about 3.5, 4 months. So I'm very excited to have her go in there and represent and do her thing.
Yes, congratulations. Good job, Val.
Yes.
Proud of you.
And next we have to recognize our moderator, our hostess, our speaker, Robin, and also Felicia out in Chicago, who have been leading a movement called Black Women in Finance. And they had an excellent event that took place today. And, I'm proud of you ladies. Keep doing the good things and getting the information out there to our people.
Oh, we give thanks. We're happy to be able to.
Awesome. So we're going to go right into it. I'm going to kind of go a little bit out of the order of what's on the agenda there, and I have a reason for doing it. So don't feel like if you're lost that you're not really lost. I am going a little bit different from the original order. So I want to first and foremost go right into the heart of our business, which is the joint own share. We have a built-in internal distribution system which is designed to help you to show your new agents right away how to do the business. It's part of the system. So the first thing we need to do when we bring on new business partners is we got to put the protection in place for them. Reason being is the first time we go out on field training with them to help them to open their business and open their market, one of the questions that people tend to ask is, well, do you have it? And if you can't honestly look them in the eyes and say, yes, I do, then they're going to look at you and go, well, if it's so great, then why don't you have it? So we definitely need to make sure we look in the mirror and make sure that we are doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Guys, if I could I get everybody to put their phones on mute?
Good evening, everyone. If you would mute your phones, please, so we can have a clear, crisp call. Please mute your phones. Please mute your phones. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. So the next item up on the agenda today is outstanding requirements. And Robin, if you would go ahead and pull up your screen. And the reason we want to talk about this is because, we all know that our job is to write business. But what happens after you write the business is, excuse me,
That's
equally as important. Thank you. So there's 2 things that take place after you put a program in place for a client. The first thing that takes place, and you have an option here, is on the medical exam, whether you're going to schedule it or whether you're going to allow the company to schedule it. I generally schedule mine, and since I like to schedule mine, I use a company called APPS, A-P-P-S. And once you get established with them, like you can see it right there, APPS, thank you, Robin, APPS Live. So once you get established with them, you can actually have your own login center where you can just log in, type the client's information in, type the company, type the product. It's mostly a drop-down arrows for companies and products and all of that. The main things that you need to put in will be the client's name, their date of birth, their physical address, telephone numbers, all the things that the company needs in order to go and do the proper examination for your client. The next thing is the outstanding requirements. And this is where we go, guys, to see what's happening with our program that we have now put in place for a client, and it will tell us what exactly the carrier needs from us. So if, Robin, you could kind of put the cursor on what the company's asking for just so they can get an idea, that would be wonderful.
Right,
and you can also, yes.
Would you like me to explain it, or are you going to do that?
You can go ahead and explain it, right?
Okay, very good. So what we have here is our Transact producer, which is where we can see the underwriting requirements that are necessary to fulfill the policy delivery. So all of the things that you see here, there was the unconditional receipt, the HIPAA authorization, the supplemental app, anything that needs to be placed with for replacement. That's if we are replacing a policy, there's a program or a policy that we have to complete called a 1035 exchange. So they'll ask for that. And what you can see here, I'm showing you things that have already been completed. You see the status over here on the right-hand side is already matched. So this is a process, a policy that I've already gone through and done everything. So you'll notice that it says reply to memo, agent response required. And on the application, they needed to answer question 10. And so what happens is, whenever there's anything missing on an application or it's not clear, they will communicate that to us by placing it in our back office where we can see the requirements. And I'm going to show you some outstanding ones in a moment. But here you can see where they did receive the blood chemistry, the urine specimen, and all that came from the apps, the pyramids that we showed, the EKG, the final underwriting. This client happened to be table B, and so they let us know, and they also waived here the EKG and the ECG. Now, when I come down here, what you'll notice is there's still some outstanding delivery requirements. And until these requirements are met, the policy will not be considered delivered or enforced. So these two, it'll tell you when it was ordered. Here was January 29th, and the second one was on February 4th. The first one is for a non-self app, and it was field ordered. That means I did it. And the save age, and that is the person actually had a birthday between the time that we took the application and the policy was going to be delivered, so we wanted to save the age. One of the things that's really good about how interactive our platform is that the forms that they're asking you for are actually already right here. So I've had this up for a while, so it timed out. But the forms are here in PDF, so you don't go searching around for what they're asking you for, okay? So this is a part of the platform where we can see all of our underwriting requirements and anything that is outstanding. Marcus?
Awesome. Thank you for going over that. So, as you can see, there's a lot of information there. It's not like you have to be abreast of every single block because the company takes care of most of it, but you need to be aware of the items that are in red because those are generally the items that you need to take care of, like Robin showed you there with the delivery documents. So great job. Thank you, Robin. So next up, we want to talk about team culture and our mindset as we go forward. I want to make sure as, number one, the quote-unquote leader of our group, and all of us are leaders in our own right, and all of us have something valuable to bring to the table. So when I say that, understand that I say that knowing that there are plenty of you out there that are leaders and going to rise even higher as elite leaders as we go forward. But going forward, I want to make sure that we establish the proper culture and the proper mindset, meaning we do it right the first time. We from the moment that we bring on a new business partner, we're setting them up for 24 to 48 hours later that we're meeting with them again to do their Fast Start orientation. And also at that time, we're doing their, even if it's a quick paper F&A, we're doing an F&A so that they can kind of go through the process of what an F&A will be like for their own clients. We don't want them to go out there and not know how to do the business. Additionally, the thing that we need to do is make sure that they are covered so that when we do the field training, they can answer the question honestly and say yes. So that right there is the focus that I want to maintain. That's the first focus. The second focus is also just making sure that we are carrying ourselves appropriately. We are, showing up, looking like financial professionals. We are utilizing the terminology and the verbiage of financial professionals, and you're going to get more and more of that as you continue to self-educate, but also as you are attending different events that are in your local area. And I know in North Carolina right now, you guys don't really have a local event, but don't worry, that's something that we are going to establish. For everybody else on the call in New York or in New Jersey, we have events. Nas, we're going to figure something out for you over there in Virginia. Maybe I'll send you over to Virginia Beach because I definitely want you to be plugged in as well. So next we want to talk about paradigm shift. And I'm not sure how many people know exactly what a paradigm is, but basically what a paradigm is the way we think. And each of us has our own paradigm based on our life experiences, and the life experiences of others that were around us and helped to shape the way we believe. Like one way of looking at a paradigm is just thinking of it as this. For many people that are of a certain religion, generally their children are of the same religion because that religion is taught to those children as the truth. Whether or not those children actually ever get the chance to make a determination for themselves is generally irrelevant because the determination has been made for them by default because of whom their parents were.
Excuse me, Marcus.
Hello?
Can we get everyone to mute their phone, please? Can we get everyone to mute their phone? To mute your line, *6. *6, we can hear you talking in the background. Thank you.
All right. So once again, just talking about a paradigm shift means being open to a different way of thinking. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because all of us need to have a paradigm shift. We need to be able to think like wealthy people so we can do the actions of wealthy people so we can then also be wealthy. It's the bottom line. We came here for a reason, and it might start off at, you just want to make $500 a month, and it might be, I want to make $1,000 a month. But before you know it, if you're making $5,000 a month, you're going to want to make $10,000 a month. And then if you make 10, you're going to want to make 20. It's just human nature. So also, in order to do that, then we got to follow the nature of those that have gone before us and were able to do it and are still succeeding. So that was one of the real reasons why I wanted to talk about a paradigm shift. And like I said, I'm going to be sending something out in the email tonight for everyone. We previously talked about reading. And if you're like most of us, we read something one time and then we put it down. But that's a problem. And the problem is because you need focused repetition. You have to read the same thing repeatedly. As a matter of fact, under the tutelage that I received this weekend, generally what you should do is read the same chapter or the same 2 chapters for a week. You don't move forward. You just read the same thing over and over and over, because what that does is that embeds it into the subconscious mind, and then it's always there to draw from.
I asked Ernest, what did the doctor say? And he told me he did not.
Let me go. Let me see if I can just mute the line, Marcus, without muting you.
All Robin, you muted everybody?
No, I don't want to mute you.
All right, okay. All right.
Participants can be heard. So let me.
You are now muted.
Okay, Marcus, can you?
You are now unmuted.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I'm not, Marcus, are you there? Yeah, that muted you. Yeah. So I don't want to do
I'm
that.
here now.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
it's okay. We're just going to keep going, and we'll just make sure everybody knows in the future to please mute their lines.
Very good.
All right. So anyway, you know, you got to continually read things over and over and over again, and just focus on one thing for, you know, a week or 2 weeks or, you know, whatever it is, so that you can really, really get it. And the way that you know that you've gotten it is when you can actually explain it to someone in a way that they can understand it and fully understand it. That's when you've actually gotten it. Until that point, if you can't explain it to somebody so that they can get it, then that's how you know you need to keep reading it and keep going forward with that same information. So I have a couple questions, and you know, everybody take the time to answer them for themselves. And once again, it all pertains to the reason why we need to do the paradigm shift. The first question: are you living the way that you want? And simple question, but that question has so many different answers that can come from it. But I believe the general answer for the most of us is no. We're not living the way that we want. We want more out of life. We want more happiness. We want more health. We want more wealth. Well, the thing that directly affects all three of those areas is the results that we get by our daily actions. So that's one of the reasons, as I said before, we need to have a paradigm shift. The second, how much money are you making from your business or from your career that you have? And once again, it directly relates to the paradigm shift. The third question, how much do you want to make? And more importantly, what are you willing to give up to get what you want? So those are four questions that I would challenge everybody to take the time to sit down. You know, even if you're a husband and wife team, sit down and answer these questions independent of one another. And just be open and honest with yourself. And then later, you know, you can come together and discuss it so that you know what each other's goals are.
You are now muted. You are now unmuted.
Hello?
Okay, I'm here. I'm still trying to mute the line. Yeah, it was me.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about tonight is strategies for success. So the first thing is daily activity. Are you working your business daily, or are you working your business only when you feel like it? Because you're not going to get the real results that you want unless you are daily active in your business. And yes, I understand that, you know, we got busy lives, we have all kinds of things going on, but you know what? We make time for anything else in life that's important to us. We need to do the same thing when it comes to our business. As a matter of fact, our business should be one of the most important things to us because we're trying desperately to make a change. And I'm going to correct myself. We're not trying. We are doing things to make a change in our life for the better. So we need to go ahead and treat our business like a business. Calls. How many calls are you making? Who are you talking to? You know, every day you should be making at least 5 phone calls, reaching out to somebody, even if it's not to directly talk about the business that day, just to light the fire under them so that you're in their mind. So the next time you call, it's not, oh, God, what do they want? It's, oh, crap, it's nice to talk to you again. That's cool. We talked twice in 2 weeks now. It had been 4 months since the last time I had spoken to you. You know, let's meet up for a cup of coffee. And that's your invitation to then be able to tell them what you're currently doing, what you're excited about, and introduce them to your opportunity. Number 3, prospects. Who are you prospecting, or are you prospecting at all? Every time you go out, you have the opportunity to meet somebody, to make a new friend, to make a new contact, etc. You got to be vigilant and diligent about meeting people. If they're within 3 feet of you, you're supposed to say hi. You're supposed to meet them. You're supposed to grab a business card. And canvassing. What areas are you canvassing? You know, if you know there's an area where there's a high content of professionals, that might be a great area for you to go and canvass, because guess what? They're just as broke as the people who don't have good jobs, because they live to the amount of money that they make, just like the people that don't have good jobs do. So those are a couple strategies that now you can think about and utilize to your advantage to ensure that you are being able to create some growth in your business from daily activities. The next thing I wanted to talk about is daily affirmations and mantras. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because, number one, a lot of us have a self-image of ourselves that is not the best. And that comes from, you know, if you didn't come up in a good home environment and you constantly got beat down or berated or verbally abused, it has affected your self-image. We tell ourselves, oh, that doesn't bother me, I'm good, you know, I don't care what people think. And in truth, for most of us, that's a bald-faced lie. We're lying to ourselves, and because we've lied to ourselves enough, we now have started to believe it. But the truth is, that's not the case. So we definitely have to work on our self-image, and the way that you do that is by just talking to yourself. So here's an easy mantra that you can share and say to yourself every day, a couple times a day, just to get you going, and it'll make you feel better. And the more you say it to yourself, you start to believe it, and then it becomes real. It says, I am strong because I know my weakness. I am beautiful because I am aware of my flaws. I am fearless because I learned to recognize illusion from real. I am wise because I learned from my mistakes. I am a lover because I have felt hate, and I can laugh because I have known sadness. That right there in itself is empowering. It's not the most empowering of mantras that you can use, but that's just to give you an example of something that can help you to change your self-image and create positivity in your life. And the more positive you are, the more positive things are going to happen to you. And the reason that I wanted to share that about self-image is because there's an old quote, and it's as real as, you know, it's even part of biblical principles if you really think about it, but it says, we become what we think about most. So you find your own daily affirmation or mantra that works for you, and please utilize it daily, a couple times a day. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is, are you investing in yourself? Meaning, are you going to bookstores and buying books that will help you to become educated not only on the business of World Financial Group, but also on the business of life? Because one area does not get affected without all the other areas becoming affected as well. So we are going to have to find a way to continually build ourselves, to continually reinforce habits of positive learning. And another way is by going to seminars like I just did. I mean, the seminar that I just went to this weekend, I mean, it wasn't cheap, but the best place you can ever invest is in yourself. That's why so many people continue to go back to school to get more education. Unfortunately, they get it thinking it's going to pay them a lot more, but it really doesn't in the formal world or the corporate world as it does here with the self-education and the growth that we can get because we have unlimited income potential. We don't have to ask anybody for a raise. We don't got to ask anybody, can I move to the next contract level? We can make it happen for ourselves. So, very important to start to, invest in yourself and continually have daily growth. And the last thing I wanted to touch on, because it was, number one, it was very, very surprising to me how much it affected me, but was meditation. When we were at the New Year's kickoff event, Felicia led us in meditation, and it was very powerful, very emotional. It got us to tap into our inner selves and tap into our spiritual selves, and you could feel the power that was in the room and the power and the aura that, number one, flows through us and out of us, and number two, surrounds us and protects us. So you can call it whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to call it for today, I'm going to say it's the power of the Father. It's the Spirit. And it's a direct connection. Like, that's the best I can explain it. But what I will say is it's powerful. Tap into it. Utilize it. Even if it's just for 5-10 minutes every morning, it will help you to start your day so much better off. And I'll tell you in all seriousness, my wife has been doing it now for about 2 months every morning. And at first I was joking her, but now I'm like, baby, I'll go down and do it with you. So please believe it works. And I would suggest that you use it. So the one last thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to let Robin take over, is focus. You have to put all of these positive states of mind and positive things that you are doing into a single focus. And the reason being is just like I just read a moment ago, what you think about most is what you become. So if you think about becoming successful here in WFG all the time and you're putting the action in place to get you there, and guess what? You're going to be successful here. So the other reason we're going to talk about focus is because for most people, they may not have ever heard this before, but focus is nothing more than an acronym. And what it stands for is follow one course until success. Too many people give up. Too many people quit right before their breakthrough, right before the change for their life comes. But if they were able to maintain their focus and keep moving forward, they could have everything that they want out of life. And the last thing that I want to share with you tonight is the majority of you don't know it, but you're actually helping me. You're actually helping me to build my ultimate goal, which is to have my own youth center whereby I can train, develop, mentor young people to become entrepreneurs. And the name of my youth center is Goals Incorporated. And what that stands for me is gifting others advanced life skills. So that's what you're actually a part of. Your business is even more important than you know it, of it right now because of the lives that it's going to change as we go forward. So with that, I'm going to conclude my portion tonight. I thank you all for being here and being present. I ask you to, in the future, just please remember to mute your phone when you come on the line and keep doing what you're doing. And let's really, really ramp it up because we got convention coming up soon. We've got about 50 days or so, 60 days or so to really be able to put some people on the stage, and I want to see as many of you as possible walking across the stage as marketing directors or, hey, senior marketing directors. There's nothing to stop you from being an SMD over the next 60 days other than the self-imposed limitations that we place on ourselves. So once again, with that, I thank you all, and I leave you with this. Many people tiptoe safely through life to arrive safely at death. That is not what I want for you nor me. Robin?
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you so much. You know, you always bring the wealth and the wisdom and help us to move to the next stage, to the next level of what we need to do to be better people and also to grow our WFG business. So I just want to thank everyone for being on the call tonight. I do want to remind you of the convention. I'm going to bring it up here real quick. I want to remind you that we can register for convention. It is $180. We are also asking everyone to let us know as soon as possible who is going to convention so we can make sure we have accommodations for everyone, because the rooms go fast, okay? And the sooner it is that we are able to book our tickets for Momentum, we'll know that we'll be in the main area and not in the overflow room, okay? So this event is scheduled from June 19th to the 24th. The 2 days that the event is actually the main stage event is the 21st and the 22nd. And everything, so if you can only come in for 2 days, you know, just kind of look at the schedule and see what you can do. But I would encourage you to do all that you can do to be there. There's nothing like this big event. There's nothing like it. So you can go to your mywfg.com website and just click on the banner, and it'll give you all of the information for Convention 2016 Momentum, okay? Please get the count to me. I think most of you can respond to any email that you have received from me, and I will get your information. How many are you planning to bring? Okay, so yourself and who you're bringing, and we need to know about rooms. And we are collecting $100 for the what's the word I'm looking for?
Deposit.
Thank you. Deposit.
Fact, let me jump in on that real quick, Robin.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
All right. So here's the deal, guys. Right now I have 4 rooms held at my timeshare in Las Vegas, but I'm not going to be able to hold them for that much longer. And I don't want to pay for 4 rooms because I have to pay for them up front unless I know for a fact that, you know, everyone that says they're going is going. And I need you to make that deposit because the rooms are $675 each, which means that would be me putting out $2,500 to hold those rooms and have them for us when convention comes. So I'm looking at 3 people to a room thus far for those 4 rooms. I mean, yeah, we could fit a 4th person in. We did last year without incident, but to try and keep everybody comfortable, I can hold 4 rooms, which means I can take 12 to 16 people and make that work. Our goal is minimum 25 people. So as Robin shared with you earlier, you know, that means you plus 2. So just because someone signs up, you know, next month does not mean that they don't go to convention. You talk to them. It's very important that they go, especially for those of you in the North Carolina area, because there is not a big WFG picture there yet. We're going to build it, but it's not there yet. So getting them to convention builds that big picture for you, because when you walk in the door and there's 44 or 46,000 people there for our convention, you understand then fully what you are a part of and how big this thing really is. So with that, please get the information as soon as possible to Robin, and she will collect that information and get it to me. I would like to be able to know for a fact, no later than Friday, what to do with those rooms, because as I said, they can't hold them for me forever.
Very good. Well, there you have it. There you have it. So let us be vigilant about making that happen. And I want to thank you, Marcus, for mentioning our Black Women in Finance and the Men Who Love Us. We did launch that, and this is a recruiting mechanism whereby we are utilizing our online capacity, our friends, all the people that like us on Facebook and Twitter and all over, and the groups that we belong to, the tribes that we belong to give them an opportunity to opt into the conversation about being a Black woman in finance and what that means for our community in terms of no family left behind. So it's very much the mission, and we feel that it's time in the where we are in the world that we utilize all of the technology that we have at our disposal. So this is a landing page that we just launched today, and people fill it out, and we send them a PDF talking about the women on the brink. That 95% of women are going to end up being the controller of the finances in their household. So I just wanted to give you an idea of what else is going on, and that you're all welcome to participate in the process, in the program. There is a Facebook group, and we will be launching an online series starting on March 10th. So just a little bit about that, and you'll see it as we are continuing to ramp up. With that, if there's nothing else, I'm complete. I hope that everyone will go out and make this a very powerful week. Use the information that you received here tonight from Marcus to put it in your life, and to create for yourself, for ourselves, what it is we want in our lives, and serving others. The last thing I want to say is we are a part of a bigger picture. Marcus shared his heart with us tonight in terms of what his dream, his goal is to create this youth center, and we are all a part of that. So you know that touches my heart with our Oneness Wellness Foundation. We are happy to be a part of this and to talk to as many of our friends and families and those people that we are able to meet and greet to become a part of this, so we can actualize goals, the goals incorporated, okay, so that we can reach the young people. So we are with you, Marcus. I'll say that from my own heart and mind, and I'm sure that as we build it out, it will become more and more evident for everyone on the team that we are here to do great things. We're here to do great things. So with that, our call is the time is 9:44. I want to thank everyone for being on the call tonight. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, feel free to email me so that we can address any questions that you may have or any concerns. All right? So with that, if Marcus, you don't have anything else, I'll just say good night.
Good night, everyone.